The National Assembly extended the implementation of the 2021 Appropriation Act from 31st of March to 31st of May 2022. According to the upper chamber, the extension was approved in view of the need to complete ongoing projects nearing completion. Now, financial analysts are concerned that extension of the implementation of national budgets makes for a confusing budget cycle and a distortion of the budget calendar. Our correspondent Linda Kigwe reports.
On the 5th of April, the National Assembly extended the implementation of the 2021 budget from 31st March to 31st May 2022. This is not the first time Parliament is extending the budget cycle. In the past, the National Assembly passed prior Appropriation Acts mid-year, with the implementation usually extended to the following year. However, the 9th Assembly successfully returned the country to a January to December budget cycle. Although the National Assembly has sustained this practice in the last 2 years, it recently extended the implementation of the capital component of the 2021 budget to May 31st, 2022, to run concurrently with the 2022 budget.
Don't forget that we passed 2 budgets last year. There was a supplementary budget that was passed to address the issue of insecurity. And we felt that for us to have a proper implementation of this budget, that the provision has been, instead of mopping up this fund, and all the process that have been that we have started on now resulted into our completed project, we deem it fit that at least this extension of this budget will go on while the implementation of 2022 budget, once it is amended by the National Assembly, can continue pari passu.
An economic analyst, however, tells Channels Television that the extension of a budget cycle has negative consequences.
Moving capital project to March and then to May distorts the financial flow and the financial calendar of private sectors. Everybody has an accounting period. So by the time you allow recurrent to run from January to December and then capital from January to May, it becomes confusing.
But maintaining a strict one-year budget cycle will be impossible without adequate revenue to fund the budget, which has been a fundamental challenge. The alarming jump for petroleum subsidy from 442.72 billion naira earmarked for fuel subsidy in the 2022 budget from January to June to 4 trillion naira is also noteworthy.
Rather than spend 4 trillion on petroleum subsidy, give 1 trillion of it to agriculture.
Analysts want government to be pragmatic in addressing the problem of illegal refineries in the country and generating revenue.
It's important for government to support states that are into modular that have invested into modular refineries. Modular refineries have the capacity to produce smaller quantity of crude oil on a daily basis.
NNPC has now become a corporate limited company. Okay. What we need to do now is to go and value the assets of NNPC, and then take NNPC to the capital market. Let's shift the story to equity issuance. Let's move that way instead of debt financing.
Nigeria is grappling with a huge deficit in the 2022 budget, revenue shortages, and an expenditure of 4 trillion naira to fund petrol subsidy in 2022. Economic analysts want robust interactions between the executive and the legislature to find solutions to these problems and build consensus before the next budget is presented to the National Assembly. Linda Kigwe, Channels Television News.